I will show you how to actually practice sculpting to get better and not share some generic advice like, yeah, bro, just practice more, haha, and magic will happen. No, 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 bro. I will show you exactly how to practice, and I have a litmus test for you. So, if you've been trying to learn for more than a month, if you've been sculpting for more than 30 days, and you have little to no results, you're practicing wrong. And if you have amazing results, then you are practicing right. But don't worry if you are getting little results. I will show you how you can pass this litmus test. And I'm so confident because not only have I gotten results for myself, but I'm also helping other young artists learn how to sculpt and completely transform the way that they sculpt in as little as 14, 30, 22 days. These are results from my free 1 month health sculpting challenge, but more on that later. So let's dive in, make this video 2x, make it full screen so that you don't get distracted, and let's go. The story that I want to share with you is the vengeful ex-wife. Okay, so there's this wife who finds out that her husband is cheating on her, and she just figures out that, okay, I'm going to destroy his car. So she plans on destroying his car. The first wife is a Jerry, and what she does, she has no plan at all. She's just fueled by emotions. She's raged, and she just wants to destroy a car. She's so angry, man. So what she does, she sneaks up on his car and she starts scratching it. She scratches it for 4 hours. She's full of adrenaline. She's just screaming, "Eh!" And she's scratching the car. In the process, she also hurts her hand, and she successfully scratches his Dodge Challenger. And what happens the next day is that the husband just goes and takes it to the shop and gets the PPF layer removed, and like, yeah, dumb bitch forgot that I had PPF on my car. Women. So this is what happens when you're a Jerry wife. Now, on the other hand, we have a Da Vinci ex-wife. And what she does is she works on a plan. She's fueled by intention. She's thorough. She's thinking about, okay, where do I strike so that it hurts the most? And all she does is she sneaks up to the car, pops the fuel cap open, and just pours in a full bottle of bleach and a bit of sand. She walks in and out in 5 minutes, and the next day the car is completely destroyed from the inside out. And you may ask, like, so, oh, really interesting story, but how the hell does it relate to sculpting? Let me show you, bro. The point that I'm trying to make here is that you need intention. And having intention not only saves you time, but it also gets you better results. It reduces the confusion that you're going to have, and it improves productivity. So a lot of people think that, okay, productivity is just sitting in front of the computer for 4 hours and getting nothing done. That's productivity. No, bro, that's productive procrastination. My definition of productivity is input versus output. How much time, effort did you input versus what is the output that you got? So in the first case, you can see that the Jerry wife, she scratched the car. She spent 4 hours. She spent longer. She worked harder, and she got literally no results because the next day the husband just went and got that layer removed of the protective film. He just got it removed. And whereas the Da Vinci ex-wife, she spent shorter, she worked less, and she got massive results. So I believe this is more productive, where you spend less hours but you get more results. And similar to this situation, what a Jerry does when he tries to learn sculpting is he just goes to Pinterest, download random references, download random images, and then he's practicing mindlessly. He has no intention. He's going through different instructors, jumping around video to video, course to course. He's stuck in tutorial hell. He's following course, he gets a bit of result, then he tries things on his own and it doesn't work, and then he's saying, oh boy, what am I doing wrong, bro? He's trying to memorize name of the bones and the muscles, thinking that it's going to make him a better sculptor. No, but you're preparing for a medical exam. If you're memorizing these stuff, you're preparing to be a doctor. He's trying different sculpting courses, not consistent, and he's fueled by this thing called motivation. Bro, I don't feel motivated today, so I don't think I'll practice. And that is what Jerry does, bro. And what happens in the process, bro, is that I want you to know that practice means to improve and not sit in front of the computer. So if you're just sitting in front of the computer, memorizing these bullshit terms, practicing randomly, mindlessly, whatever you think is the best for you, and without any intention, without any plan, it's just stupid, bro. It's not productive. It's just productive procrastination. And Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcomes. You've been trying to learn this way for a while now. You've been trying to jump tutorials, finding that magic video that's going to help you, but nothing has been helping. You've been trying these stupid advices, these bullshit things that these instructors are telling you, and still you're not getting results. So that clearly means that there's a change that needs to be made. There's a need for a change. Okay? And what I want you to do, bro, is to stop practicing and start practicing deliberately with intention. And this just comes to the next point. Okay, Ishaq, but how do I practice deliberately? What is deliberate practice? How do I practice deliberately? So there are three things that you need to do to practice deliberately. One is that you set intention. Second is that you embrace discomfort. And finally, you have one source of information. So I will explain all of these points thoroughly. So pay attention. The first thing that you need to do is you need to set intention. What are you trying to practice? What area of sculpting are you trying to improve at? So in this case, I would recommend that you start, if you're a complete beginner, I would recommend that you start with just the head. Don't bother with the body right now. Just get good at the head first. And when you're practicing the head, bro, if you struggle at the basic block out of the face, stop making the nose, stop making the eyes, stop making the ears, bro. You suck at making the block out of the face. And I want to tell you, bro, that you can make the most beautiful eyes in the world. You can sculpt the most beautiful eyes in the world. But if the proportions are not right, it's gonna suck. Imagine a piece of shit, bro. If there's a piece of shit, there's a piece of poo-poo right here, and you're adding flowers to it, okay? You're decorating that piece of poop. It's still a stinky piece of poop, bro. No one wants that piece of shit, bro. So the same thing goes for sculpting. If you have a shitty base and you make the most beautiful eyes, it's still a shitty base. It's still going to be a shitty sculpt. So have intention with your practice. What area are you struggling with? What the hell is wrong with Canva? Why can I use the eraser? Okay, it works now. Sorry about that. So yeah. And once you get really good at the blockout, then you move to the next step. Then you figure out, okay, where do I make the eyes? Where do I make the nose? And once you get really good at this, then you go to the next step. And for God's sake, bro, if you can sculpt a decent blockout, if you're really good at blockout and you know that you struggle at sculpting the eyes, you suck at sculpting the eyes, don't bother going from all the way back to this and then to this. Just practice the eyes deliberately on this model. You already know how to block out a face now. So that is what I would recommend to you. Practice with intention. Set an intention. What is the area that you are weak in? And focus on that area specifically. If you suck at sculpting the eyes, and if you're blocking out the face, you're not sculpting the eyes. The only thing that is going to help you improve is learning how to sculpt the eyes. So if you suck at sculpting the eyes, and you're for some reason practicing the mouth, you're not sculpting the eyes. If you're making the ears, you're not sculpting the eyes, bro. If you're practicing the blockout, you're not sculpting the eyes. If you're looking for references of different faces, you're not sculpting the eyes. Sculpt the fucking eyes, bro. That is what is going to help you improve. Okay? So that is what I mean by setting intention. The second thing that you need to do is to embrace discomfort. Okay? And a lot of people are jerrys, but they just run away from discomfort. Whenever there's sign of discomfort, they're like, oh, bro, I should give up. This is not for me. No! Discomfort is an indicator of growth. This is the only indicator of growth. If you feel uncomfortable, it means that you are growing. So a Jerry runs away from discomfort and a Da Vinci embraces it. This is the reason why a Jerry, he skips the lesson because the lesson is too hard to follow. He's like, no, bro, maybe I should try finding another tutorial. No, do the same thing, bro. He tries different things, tries different references. He thinks that, okay, I should buy another anatomy book that will help me. No. He practices a new reference every day. And just because all of this is comfortable for him, he finds fun in the process and he shifts blame around because it's easier to shift blame around than to be accountable. Whereas the Da Vinci, bro, he embraces discomfort. He repeats the lesson as many times as he needs to. He sticks to the same thing until he figures it out. He works with one reference, gets really good at sculpting that one reference, and then the other references become easy. Okay? The Jerry, he finds fun in the process, whereas a Da Vinci, he finds fun in the progress. There's a difference. The process is uncomfortable. The process is not fun. You need to embrace discomfort, bro. And a Da Vinci is accountable. So you might blame that, oh boy, my mother distracts me. She calls me and she's like, do this chore, do that chore. But bro, your mother's not responsible for you jerking off in the toilet for an hour, or for you to scroll on social media for an hour, or when you play video games with your boys. Be accountable. Realize that this is your fault, bro. The reason that you suck at sculpting is because it is your fault. You're spending your time everywhere else other than trying to figure out how to improve. You're shifting blame around. You're doing all of this Jerry stuff. Are you a Jerry, bro? If you're a Jerry, please get out. Don't watch this video, bro. But yeah, if you're a Da Vinci, keep watching. So yeah, you need to embrace the discomfort. You need to do all of these things. Another part of this is the reason most people don't want to practice the way that I'm suggesting here. They don't want to learn how to block out the face, and they just want to sculpt that cute reference they found from Pinterest, is because that is fun. Let me tell you, bro, learning is not fun. It's an uncomfortable process. The reason that you don't want to do this is because it sounds boring, it sounds repetitive, but this is exactly what you need to do. The things that you are running away from are the things that you need to do, and deep inside you know it. You know it. You know what you have to do, but the reason that you're not doing it is because it's uncomfortable. So you need to embrace discomfort, and you need to start doing the things that you are running away from. And let me show you proof, bro. So I know this very intimately, because this is where I was exactly for 6 whole years, bro. I was delaying sculpting. I was doing all of these other random shit because sculpting was just too damn hard. It was uncomfortable. Making these low poly cute assets, making these product renders, making these cinematic scenes, it was much easier to do in Blender. Sculpting was something that I sucked at. Every time I tried to sculpt, I had to look at this piece of shit, and it sucked, bro. But the only time that I started seeing progress was when I started practicing deliberately. When I started watching the same video on repeat every single day, trying to follow the instructor, going through different resources, figuring things out until I couldn't, and not skipping forwards, not jumping around like a Jerry, but sticking to things unless I figure it out. It sucked, bro. It sucked. But that is the only way that I got progress. The reason that I'm able to enjoy sculpting now I enjoy sculpting, is because for a very long time it sucked. I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy this progress. I kid you not. The only enjoyment that I had in this progress, when I saw that, okay, I have a shitty base now, but now I can sculpt something better. That is how I tricked my mind into falling in love with the process. So you need to trick your mind. Instead of figuring out like, oh bro, how do I go from here to making Goku in 2 days? That's not going to happen, bro. But you learning, let me show you, bro. So you learning how to go from this shitty face right here, this shitty face, to learning how to block out, you can do this in 1 day. You can do this in 1 day, and you can learn how to block out a face. And for that day, just learn how to block out the face. That is progress. The next day, figure out where to place the eyes and the nose and the ears. That is progress. The next day, just learn how to detail them, study individual parts. You can do it. That is progress. Allow yourself to enjoy that. Allow yourself to be happy, to be proud of the little wins, bro. This is not a video game. This is not a video game that you can grind tonight and unlock this head tomorrow. It's not going to happen. It's a process. It's going to take time. So embrace the discomfort. Sculpting is hard, yes. But the moment that you accept that, okay, this is going to take time, this is going to be hard, this is going to be an uncomfortable journey, I promise that is the moment it starts to get easy. Okay, I will share you a free resource. It's my own resource and it will help you, but I need to let you know, bro, that you need to embrace discomfort. The reason I'm able to enjoy sculpting here is because I went through all this shit over here. I wouldn't have been here making this video if I hadn't gone through this. This is what no one tells you. This is what no one shares. This is the ugly side of everyone's progress that they don't like to share. They just want to show you, bro, look, I can sculpt Walter White. I can sculpt Conquest. I can sculpt the Beast Trident, bro. I'm so great. No, bro, I sucked the same way that you do as well. So this does not mean that you can't learn how to do it. This just means that you're early in the process. All of these results that you see here, bro, everyone sucked in the beginning. Everyone sucked. You can see all of the first sculpts of my students here. First sculpt, his first sculpt, sculpts he's making now. First sculpt, sculpts he's making now. First sculpt, sculpts he's making now. So everyone sucks in the beginning, bro. Embrace it. Embrace the discomfort. Okay? And this brings me to my final and last point, which is one source of information. Follow one source of information only. And why do I say that? Imagine that you're solving a jigsaw puzzle, right? You're having fun, you're having a cup of coffee, and you're solving this jigsaw puzzle, la 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 la. And then imagine I throw a second jigsaw puzzle into the mix and I mix up the puzzles. How are you going to feel, bro? You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to smash your hand on the table. And the question that I want to ask you is, when I mix those jigsaw puzzles, these two jigsaw puzzles, when I mix them together, there are two jigsaw puzzles now. Do you think it's going to double the time it takes you to solve them? Or is it going to multiply the time that it's going to take you to solve it? Now, if you're a dumbass, you probably said double. But if you're smart, you probably said multiply. And yes, it will multiply. So the same thing happens when you go online and you search for sculpting tutorial, and all of these tutorials come in and you're like, okay, let me watch this video, then let me watch this video, then let me watch this video, and then let me watch this video. This video is the best, by the way. Yeah, I love this creator, bro. And Watching all of these tutorials, you have this question, oh bro, now do I block out or do I freestyle? Do I memorize anatomy or do I not memorize anatomy? Do I use dynamic topology or do I use remeshing? I don't know, bro. This instructor says that, this instructor says that. And the same way that it multiplies the time for you to solve all of these jigsaw puzzles is going to multiply the time that is going to take you to solve all of these questions. So just follow one source of information. And I know this, bro, because I've been there and it sucks. Okay, so I had to go through all of these courses, tutorials to figure things out, multiple anatomy books. It was hell for me, bro. And that is why it took me so long. You can see, bro, like 6 years wasted here, a whole few years to get results here. But I don't want this for you, bro. After going through all of this shit, I just realized, bro, that you need to learn sculpting like an artist, not a doctor. Instead of memorizing 600 muscles in the body, you just need a few main muscle groups that you can see. You are an artist. You're not a doctor, for God's sake. You don't need to focus on the pose and the details. A lot of people, they spend time making pose and details, but no, you just need to focus on big shapes and foundations. If you have a good base, the same examples that I gave you for the poo-poo example, if you have a good base, the details will make sense. If you have a shitty base, the details will look shit as well. So stop focusing on these things and start focusing on these things. You don't need to learn like a medical doctor. You need to learn like an artist. And instead of burning out and exhaustion, feeling, oh, I feel motivated today, so I'll sculpt for 6 hours. No, bro, just find 1 hour that you can practice every single day, whether you feel like it or you don't. Stop being a bitch, bro. Like, you go to your job, you go to school, you go to university, whether you feel like it or you don't, you put up with other people, whether you feel like it or you don't, but the only time that you need comfort is when it's time to work on your own thing. Like, come on, bro, do you have any self-respect, bro? The only time that you need motivation is when it's time to work on your own goals. But when it's time to work for someone else's goals, whether that be in a job or in a school or in university, you say yes like a little bitch, bro. Stop doing it. You need to put yourself first. Have some accountability, have some self-respect. If you can work hard for other people, you need to work harder for yourself. So stop looking for motivation on the things where it matters. You don't look for motivation when it's time to go for your job or a school, bro. Then why are you looking for motivation when it's time to work on your own goals, when it's time to work on your own dreams? Stop doing it, bro. Be accountable. Stop being a Jerry, bro. And instead of being confused on what to learn, bro, you just need step-by-step instructions. And a lot of people call me a madman. We're like, no, Ishaq, you need to learn all of this. You need to learn where the muscles connect. You need to learn where the muscles attach. You need to learn their names. No, bro, you don't. You don't. All of these people who give me these recommendations or give me these suggestions or comment under my videos, but they don't know shit. Like, I interact with these people and they know every muscle, front and back, all 600 muscles. The only thing they can't do is sculpt. And personally, bro, I believe in results because results don't lie. And you can see all of the results that I'm able to help my students get with literally in 13 years. So Henry was struggling with sculpting for 5 years, bro. And this is the most intuitive and unoverwhelming program that he has ever been through. And this is what he posted on day 30. You can see all of these results here. You can see all of these results here. You can see all of the results here that I'm getting in literally as little as 14, 12, 13 days, bro. All because I don't overwhelm you with all of this bullshit. And I'm teaching you in a way that I wish someone had taught me how to learn sculpting. So if you want to learn from me, bro, you can check out my free 1-month sculpting challenge. It's linked in the description, absolutely free. It's non-medical, step by step. It's everything I wish I had when I was learning and I was struggling with sculpting. And if you're a bit more serious and you want to jump to the next level and you want me to work with you personally, then you can just join the waiting list for the Da Vinci School. The link is going to be in the description as well. Here I will work with you one-on-one and I guarantee that you will get results in 3 months. You can sculpt full body characters confidently within 3 months. If you don't do, I will work with you for free until you do. That is how confident I am. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know how it was. Comment on the video. Share it with a Jerry who needs this. And like always, here's a fist bump, my friend. Goodbye. Take care. Yeah, bye.